Man, this video is crazy, man. So Russia's talking about telling the USA to back off. They telling the USA to back off and all that. Or, you know what I'm saying, because they've been building up on the borders of Ukraine and all that. And that's all probably staged, but they talking about, tensions is getting hot for a nuclear war. So, man, I'm telling you, bro, we about to see some shit, man, pop off. George Floyd cop died. Now we got two black people that just got killed by police back to back. Young girl, the 15-year-old girl just got stabbed. I mean, she was trying to defend herself from getting jumped. He comes out and shoots her. And then somebody else today just got shot. They were serving a search warrant. I forgot what city and state that was. I'm gonna see if I get the clip, put it in there, man. It's crazy, man. Going up, man. I'm dropping these videos. You want to put shit? You want to drop shit in the car? I'm gonna drop this true. You know what I mean? Look at that sky view, though. Let's get that in real quick.
Breaking tonight, Russian President Vladimir Putin telling the West to back off. This comes amid international concern over his troop buildup on the Ukraine border. Here in the U.S., one top military commander says the chances of nuclear war are actually increasing. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin tells us about it tonight from the Pentagon.
Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a stark warning to the U.S. and NATO during his annual State of the Nation address to Parliament.
I hope that no one dares to cross the red line in respect to Russia, and we will determine where it is in each specific case.
Putin spoke as Russia continues a massive military buildup on the border with Ukraine. New satellite images show dozens of fighter jets lined up on tarmacs in southern Russia and Crimea. Top U.S. military commanders warned that new threats facing the U.S. have them seriously worried for the first time that U.S. adversaries may consider using a nuclear weapon as the, quote, least bad option. The admiral in charge of America's nuclear arsenal says it's the first time in history the U.S. has had to deter two nuclear powers at the same time, Russia and China.
I cannot deter with the leftovers of the Cold War forever into the future. That is a 70-era weapon system that I'm going to have to employ against 2030 level threats.
Some Democrats want to scrap one leg of the nuclear triad, the 400 ground-based missiles currently in silos across 3 states. The head of Strategic Command says he needs to replace, not update, those 50-year-old Minuteman III missiles. Democrats don't like the price tag.
You know, we're currently spending $44.5 billion a year on nuclear weapons. And I know that Stratcom likes spending that money, but I don't.
The U.S. stopped keeping nuclear-capable bombers like these B-52s in Louisiana on 24-hour alert in 1991. But Admiral Richard warns if the U.S. scraps its ground-based missiles, it would have to rely too much on submarine-launched nukes.
And under those conditions, I would request to re-alert the bombers.
Putin boasted today that Russia will have modernized more than 88% of its nuclear weapons by the end of this year. Admiral Richard says the U.S. hasn't started. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank
you. How do they do that? How do they turn a family member against you?
So everyone in the United States, so if you look, a summary of our main message is, number one, everyone in the United States, and it appears to be most of the world, are being tracked by certain satellites. And these satellites are called GPS satellites. And they are the latest technology. All of this is done with a top secret clearance. They have more than 190 satellites under their direct control. They track the precise location of every U.S. citizen by bouncing a microwave beam right here on the top back part of your head. And if you place your hand there firmly, put your knuckles right above it, you can actually feel the microwave pulses. They're about once per second. Everyone in the United States is tracked. Every person that I have tested with my own hand, I can feel the microwave pulse. And these weapons produce a microwave scalar beam. In other words, this is a new type of technology that operates under a very mysterious wave. It's called a scalar wave. And it is apparently part of the deep state plan to monitor, track, and surveil everyone on the planet.
Oh, okay, great.
They aren't particular just to U.S. citizens. We have found that this is a global program. About a year ago, I counted more than 60 countries that have sent us emails from individuals saying they're also being attacked in these similar methods that we've described. So there's the gang stalking, there's the directed energy weapons that I've just described, and there's another thing that's very debilitating to approximately 2/3 of the targeted individual community, and it's called voice to skull, or V2K. This is a technology that was actually developed in the early 1960s by a scientist by the name of Dr. Alan Fry, and it's called the Fry effect. And they can literally take this microwave beam and point it anywhere on your skull, and you will be the only one that will hear the voices that come through it. So you stand there and say, there's somebody cussing me out and calling me horrible names 24 hours a day. You cannot switch it off. There's no firewall for your mind. And the technology is very real. They're using the same technology on every U.S. citizen as a subliminal message. It is broadcast from cell towers 24 hours a day. Very disturbing. And a federal judge has already ruled that subliminal messaging is illegal because it's an invasion of privacy. Yet we still have not convinced enough of the public that this is real, that everyone in the United States is technically a targeted individual. Your location is being tracked very precisely, and they're beaming messages at your head subliminally 24 hours a day. And there was a scientist by the name of Dr. Ross Adey, A-D-E-Y. You can look him up. He worked for the CIA many years ago, back in the 1950s and 1960s. There's a class action lawsuit in Canada right now that involves this man because he did horrible things to a whole class of Canadian citizens, where he did these microwave tests on them, fried their brains, and was able to program them just like you program a computer, using these techniques of subliminal messaging into the mind. You can create a secondary personality that can be switched on and off like a button. Class action lawsuit right now in Canada that's trying to address this CIA-funded doctor. And he did grisly experiments. He bragged once that he could turn anyone into a serial killer. Primarily from the cell phone towers, they can also emit messages from satellites as well, because they're tracking you very precisely. So that same wave can act as a carrier wave to carry messages at your head 24 hours a day. It can be used to say, hey, vote for this person over and over and over. So your earlier question that I don't think I answered was, how can they manipulate the family members? It's done with subliminal messaging 24 hours a day coming from cell towers. Most people can actually feel it, but if you'll circle your arm around, the microwave beams are projected at the center of your head, and you can actually feel the heating in your knuckles right in this area. When you hold it between your head and a cell tower, you'll feel a pulse right here on your the heating. Actually, you can feel it in the cartilage of your knuckles. It's very sensitive there. And you can go all the 360 degrees around you and feel the microwave. You can pick out where a cell tower is, direct locations. Every cell tower within several miles of you is broadcasting a beam at your head and sending you subliminal messages. Most people are not aware. We've recorded some of these. You can actually get a microphone and point it at a cell tower, and it will demodulate the voice. And some are horrible messages saying you hate yourself, you're fat, you're ugly, broadcast 24 hours a day. Yes, this is very real. We've recorded these messages. We've got some on our website. This is not just happening to targeted individuals. Everyone in the United States is being precisely tracked and being hit with subliminal messages 24 hours a day. Unfortunately, there's a patent called remote neural monitoring, and we've got it listed on our website. Mm-hmm. I don't recall the precise number, but it describes in detail how they can read your brain waves by intersecting two signals in your brain. And there's a differential that's created by your brain waves, and they can read that back from a cell tower or a satellite. And over a period of weeks or months, they can literally read most of the thoughts of your mind. What they do to TIs typically is they'll take your old spouse, you're divorced, they'll take your old spouse's voice, mimic it, and use it to harass you. But the main thing that people should know, the ordinary citizens should know, is put up a block in your subconscious mind. I will only react to constructive suggestions. That can certainly be helpful. Or I will ignore all subliminal messages.
I'm saying to you young brothers, don't you ever think that you can plan something against this enemy and he not know it. Because the very brother that you may be planning it with is paid and a paid informant of both of your enemies. But he thinks that by informing on you, he will be given a lighter deal. This is how they work with you who've been in prison. They catch you doing something wrong, and then they tell you they'll lighten the sentence if you will rat out your brother.